Hello and welcome back to Creative Pet Keeping. This is episode 8 of the betta breeding series, and today I'm going to show you how I perform water changes on the fry. So let's start off with this siphon that I use. I use air-lined tubing because it's very thin, and then I use a rubber band, a little bit of aquarium filter fiber on top to block the entrance so that way the baby bettas cannot get sucked in. At this point, I am not really concerned with removing any detritus or any of the betta poops. I just want to remove some water so I can perform partial water changes. To remove the water, I just use gravity. The only problem with this method is that you have to sort of babysit this and watch it because it can overflow. Luckily, that hasn't happened to me because I'm super paranoid since I have carpet, but it's always something I want to make sure that you remember as well because it's easy to forget. To drain this 5-gallon tank halfway, it takes me about 30 minutes. So this is not the fastest method, but it is also okay to take things slow when you are dealing with these tiny little fry. I also like to check the container that the water is pouring into just to make sure that no fish somehow find a way to get inside. So this is what the setup looks like. I like to use a clear container just because it is much easier to see the water rise. This way I can work on little activities in the fish room while this drains and check in on it regularly. The water that I will be refilling the tank with, I prepped ahead of time in a bucket. So the night before I filled this up, I put the chlorinator inside and I put in a heater so this will have the exact same temperature of the fry tank. To get the water back inside the tank, I will be using some of the same equipment and a smaller container. So I'm using the same airline tubing, and this time I'm going to use gravity in the reverse way to pour water downwards. So this is why it's important to have a shelf, at least for my setup, a shelf above the tank and space below the tank. The reason why I'll be refilling the tank this way versus just pouring the water in directly or using cups or containers is because I want the water to enter the tank slowly at a steady rate. At the beginning, I used to drip the water in, but now I let it flow through the tube. That way it fills up a lot faster, but it is not overwhelming and does not push the baby bettas around. Let's take a closer look at the baby bettas. So this spawn is the older spawn, and you can see some fry are larger, some are smaller, and we see some color variation. On the other hand, the star-tail spawn is tiny and it is hard to see them, but they are also growing well. This footage was filmed August 3rd, so this is what both of the spawns look like at the time. The spawn on the right that we are taking a look at now is a week and a half older than the spawn on the left. At this stage, they are pretty transparent, so you can see a lot of things that are forming in their tummies, such as the swim bladder. That would be the little shiny part that you can see. You can also notice that their tummies are orange because they are feeding on baby brine shrimp, and that makes their tummies a little orange, and their fins are also starting to develop at this stage. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!